LEGO have released a lot of clone troopers over the years. Some of them have been really good, but some of them haven't been so good. But in this video, we're going to be ranking every named clone trooper from worst to best. This video will not be including the Jango Fett and Boba Fett minifigures because 1, there are a lot of Boba Fett minifigures, and 2, Jango Fett isn't even a clone. Now with that out of the way, let's get into the ranking. But first, we have some honourable mentions, clone troopers who never made it into LEGO form but were featured in the 2011 Clone Wars game. Reese, Jack, Thaya, Stone, Phil, Bly and Pons, and I'm pretty sure that's it. Now let's start off the ranking, and coming in at 22nd, dead last, we've got Captain Vaughn from the 332nd Battle Pack, which by the way is the LEGO set I built on top of a mountain. If you haven't seen the video where I did that, I recommend you go check it out, it's probably one of our best videos yet. Anyway, I don't really like this figure because it's super inaccurate and it's missing a lot of detail. They've just got a regular 332nd clone, slapped a sticker on the front of it and slapped a visor on it and called it Vaughn. Getting kind of controversial, in 21st it's Echo. Now don't get me wrong, credit where credit's due, this is a good figure. But personally, I just think the other clones are better. I hate the printed waist cape on him, I think he should have just had a cloth one, and I don't like how he didn't have his screwdriver arm like he does in the Bad Batch. In 20th place, we've got Phase 2 Commander Fox. Now at first glance this is a great figure, but if you look at the more finer details you realise how bad it really is. Again, he suffers from printed waist cape syndrome, and if you compare a photo of the figure to the actual Commander Fox, you can see how inaccurate the torso printing is. And on all the physical copies of this figure that I've seen, the white printing on the torso has faded into the red, making his torso printing look pink. In 19th place, we've got Old Man Captain Rex, and there's nothing bad about this figure at all, I just like all the other clones more than him. But it was cool to see this version of Captain Rex in LEGO form, and that's all I've got to say. And in 18th place, we've got Omega. She's probably the most unique clone trooper minifigure ever, since she's a girl, yet she's still a clone of Jango Fett. And that whole plot twist at the end of the Bad Batch Season 2 opens up a whole new can of worms, so I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Let's move on to the next figure. Coming in at 17th place is another figure from the Bad Batch, it's Hunter. I like this figure, there's nothing wrong with it, I think he's just a bit bland, basic and boring. Other than that, I think he's an alright figure. And at 16th place, our third Bad Batch figure in a row is Crosshair. This is a really cool figure and I love the idea behind it, except he really could have benefited from having a rangefinder. Coming in at 15th, we've got Phase 1 Commander Greed. This is a great figure, there's nothing wrong with it at all, I just like all the other ones better. In 14th place, we've got Old Man Gregor. It's really cool to see him in LEGO since he's such an obscure clone, but that's all I've got to say about him, he's nothing special. And in 13th, we've got Old Man Commander Wolf. It was really hard to choose between him and Gregor, but let's be honest, Wolf is just so much better. Getting kind of controversial, in 12th place is Phase 2 Captain Rex from the brand new UCS Venator. This figure would have done so much better on the list if it wasn't for the printed waist cape, it sucks. And yes, I do think the 2013 version is far better. Next up in 11th place is another Bad Batch figure, Wrecker. I love how they used the shoulder pad piece on this figure to make him look a bit bulky like he is in the show, and to be honest, I think he's probably my second favourite Bad Batch character. Now finally we're pushing the top 10 with Phase 2 Commander Greed. This figure is amazing and I really wish I had him. I love the camouflage on him and his silver helmet, it looks awesome. In 9th place we've got Jack 14. A lot of you guys probably won't even know him because he's from this show called the Yoda Chronicles. It's like a LEGO Star Wars show, I used to watch it when I was a kid. He's a really obscure clone but he's still really cool, plus he's force sensitive. In 8th place we have the LEGO ARC Trooper. Many of you might not know this, but he's actually Commander Hammer from the Clone Wars. This is an amazing figure, it's way ahead of its time for 2012. The detail on the printing is insane and I really wish they used that helmet mold for more figures. Next up in 7th place is Phase 1 Commander Fox. This is a really cool figure, and even though it's 15 years old, it's aged incredibly well, except for the lack of leg printing. In 6th place we've got Phase 2 Commander Cody. This is one of the most requested and sought after LEGO clone troopers of all time. It's incredible how it took LEGO 19 years to finally make this clone trooper. Coming into the top 5 now with Phase 1 Captain Rex. This is one of the most iconic LEGO figures of all time. No wonder it made it to the top 5. And in 4th place we've got Tech from the Bad Batch. Of course he's the best Bad Batch character and figure, and he's got a really cool piece for his helmet. It's exclusive to only this one figure, and after his death in the Bad Batch Season 2, I doubt we'll ever see him in LEGO form again. Now we're coming into the top 3, and in 3rd place we've got Phase 1 Commander Cody. Commander Cody was my favourite clone when I was younger, and I think the orange and white colour scheme works really well on him. Pretty controversial choice at 2nd place, but we've got Phase 2 Captain Rex, quite possibly the most iconic LEGO clone trooper of all time. This was literally the perfect LEGO minifigure back in 2013, far better than the 2023 version. And before I reveal to you guys who the best named LEGO clone trooper is, make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below if you made it this far and what videos you want to see next. Anyway, taking our #1 spot of the best named LEGO Clone Trooper of all time so far is Phase 1 Commander Wolf. This figure's awesome, it's super detailed, even down to the leg printing, which is really rare for minifigures back then. I love the bluish grey colour scheme and the details on his helmet, he looks incredible. And considering how he was one of the best Clone Troopers in the Clone Wars TV show, we are long overdue a remake of him. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and again, thank you for 1,000 subscribers. My 501st Battle Pack giveaway ends on December 1st. Thank you so much to everyone who's entered so far. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.